When we're inspired, it's that we're breathing life into something that is in front of us. And I'm sure what you want is the people in your organization to breathe life into your business and to breathe life into a version of themselves that is in the future, that is currently better than the person that they're being today. Hi, I'm Pete Cohen, business coach, best-selling author and keynote speaker. I've dedicated my life to help people find solutions to the challenges that they face. I've been really fortunate to work in the corporate space for many years, speaking, but also coaching and mentoring many CEOs and leaders in organizations. But you know what? I know that life can be really quite challenging. And one of the things that I've always said, that in life, where you are isn't who you are. What I mean by that is we can often find ourselves in situations that are quite difficult. But what's really interesting about human beings is this: when do we see the best in people? We tend to see the best in people in a crisis, when things are really, really difficult. We see people behave in a way that maybe sometimes we wish, why don't they behave like that all of the time? Well, so much of that is to do with the stories and the narratives that people tell themselves. And recently, I have had the most challenging experience in my life. My wife passed away in May 2023, and I found myself in a circumstance that I didn't know how to navigate through it. It took me a little bit of time to realize that I am more than the circumstances that I found myself in, that where I am isn't who I am. And this is what I've dedicated my life to doing, but now I'm dedicating it like never before, to wake people up to a reality that they don't actually have to be who they are. They can be more than who they are. Let me explain it to you like this. As human beings, everything that we do is driven by our view of the future. We are what the Greeks called teleological. And what the science has shown us in neuroscience and psychology is truly fascinating. When we ask people to think of themselves, we can see in brain mapping that a region of the brain lights up. When we ask people to think of a stranger, another region of the brain lights up. If we were to ask people, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing next week? That version of them exists. The part of their brain that is themselves lights up. But if we ask people to think of themselves 6 months or a year or 5 years down the line, for most people, most of the time, that person is a stranger. Now, what does that mean to you and your organization? Well, why would people behave in a way where they've created something better than where they are right now if they don't identify with that version of themselves? And this is what I've dedicated my life to doing, is to helping people see a version of themselves that they want to go out and create. Look, we know in organizations people want 3 things. They want autonomy. They want to be themselves. They want mastery. They want to get better at what they do. And they want purpose. They want to feel that they're a part of something which matters. And if they can see a version of themselves in the future where they have impacted the business in the way that you want the business to grow, we tend to see people go above and beyond what is known as discretionary effort. These are skills, these are techniques, these are strategies that anyone can adopt. And I've seen people see a version of themselves that they are so committed to do. And this is the difference between motivation and inspiration. For years, I was known as a motivational speaker. But what we know is that people can get motivated for a bit, but they tend to go back to the version of themselves that is familiar to them. When we're inspired, it's that we're breathing life into something that is in front of us. And I'm sure what you want is the people in your organization to breathe life into your business and to breathe life into a version of themselves that is in the future, that is currently better than the person that they're being today.